long time.
Yeah, it's exciting times. Regular season is finally over. It's a long grind always, and excited to start the playoffs. It's that's what the regular season is for. To get ready for these games, and now we just gotta put the regular season behind us, and it's a new season starts from zero now.
Was it helpful to go back there and get through that step, and now this step's another one?
Yeah. It's. You mean going back to Colorado?
To Colorado.
I think
that was a big deal.
Yeah. I think it obviously second time is always easier than the first time in everything in life, and it's one of those situations where I think it was a good thing to get that game out of the way, and it was a regular season game, and now it's all business. It's Dallas against Colorado, and I'm part of Dallas, so that's how I look at it.
Just your familiarity with them, can that help you at all going into the series, and theirs with you? How does that play a factor?
Yeah. I think obviously. I think system-wise, every team knows other teams' systems. So you can see it when you look at the other team play, how they forecheck and how they play neutral zone, how they wanna defend in the D zone, and that stuff. And maybe for me, I know some of the individuals. Maybe that's their tendencies and what they want to do, and maybe that's what I can bring for our team and tell them about some individuals, but. I think it's more just, I think the coaches already know how Colorado wants to play, and they know how we want to play. So now it's going to be a long series, so we just got to be patient.
Your playoff numbers in your career are pretty great. What is different for you in the playoffs, and how have you gotten your game to that level every year?
Yeah, well, I try to obviously play 200-foot game, try to play all around game, and obviously play power play and play a lot of minutes. So obviously you have the responsibility to be on the score sheet too, and try to help the team in that area. Obviously, like I said, you gotta defend well in the playoffs, but top forwards and top defensemen, you gotta bring something offensively as well. So it's one of the responsibilities.
What have you learned in the however many games you played here? You've been on a bunch of different lines. They've used you in a bunch of different ways. It seems a lot different than what you had in Colorado.
Yeah, obviously a lot of different players, like you said. It's, but I feel comfortable now. It was around 20 games I got with the team here, so I feel comfortable in the locker room and with every individual, with the coaches. So now it's just time to execute. It's like I said, basically new season starts and everybody's excited. Every detail matters, so hopefully I can help the team in that matter and bring the experience which they already have.
Mikko, you've been on some deep playoff runs in your career. In your experience, how hard is it to kind of flip that switch, given how the last couple of weeks have gone and these relatively meaningless games?
Well, I think I think 2022 with the Avs, we lost 6 out of the last 7, and we won the cup. So I don't think it's it's obviously not ideal. Obviously we want to finish strong. I'm not saying every year it happens when you finish 1-6 or so you win the cup, but that was what we had then. So I think it's a different game. I think when the standings are set, obviously you play hard, you want to get ready, but it's not the same as the playoffs. So I'm not worried about the team at all. We're with high confidence here, and no doubt in our mind, at all.
Mikko, like you said, it is Dallas versus Colorado, and you've already had the trip out there. But is it just as easy to say that? I mean, you're going against guys that you won a cup with, and you were trying to beat the Stars with those guys last year. Is it as easy as it's that?
Yeah, I guess we'll see. But it's business, and it, like I said, the trade didn't happen 2 days ago. It's been a while now since I haven't played with the Avs anymore, and it's been 3 months almost. So I think it's all behind us now, and now it's just part of a new team, and I'm excited and time to execute, like I said.
If Jason Robertson isn't available tomorrow, how does this team kind of move forward without him, and how do you feel about the depth?
Well, I think the depth is one of the strengths of the team. So the injuries are going to happen for sure, and it's a next man up mentality. I feel like it's one of those situations where unfortunate things happen, and it happens for every team. In the playoffs, some guys might drop, so then it's just who's gonna come up. But this team's depth has been good for the last 2-3 years, so I'm not worried at all.
Is this team's depth, is that something that separates it from Colorado?
Well, I think they have depth too now. They made some acquisitions in the deadline, and it's a two deep teams. I would say if you look at the 4 lines, they're all pretty evenly matched out. There's a lot of good players, and both have a good decor and two good goalies. So I think it's a really good matchup for fans to watch. It's very tight.